Mill's dreams. Oh wait, yeah. Hello everybody. This is Kelvin, and also known as the Pokemon, and I'm here with the third video or episode of Nekopara. And yeah, let's get right into it. Let's play this one again.
その件に関しては、ショコラとバニラの意思を尊重したいと思います。ショコラとバニラがちゃんと納得したら迎えに行きますので。
Was what she told me when I was finally able to get in touch with her. Without any margin of negotiation space, I was struck down. But Shigure, even if you say that, I don't think chocolate and vanilla will.
ところで兄様、この妹目に今朝の愛のささやきを。
Incest shit. Don't make it sound like it's a daily ritual or something. In any case.
すみません。お父様から呼ばれましたので失礼いたします。愛してますわ兄様。ではまた。
Wait, Shigure! Seriously? As the ruthless electronic buzz of the dropped call echoed, I stared at my cell phone. So, excuse me, guys. Have you guys noticed I've been pressing the P button the entire time that was going? The male's dreams. And here I thought that I could sort all this out if I could just talk to Jibide.
朝ごはん美味しいですね。ご主人様のご飯はいつでも美味しいですにゃ。ショコラ、ほっぺにケチャップついてる。芸術的に可愛い。舐めてあげちゃう。ペロペロ。
Damn, I really want to see this happen actually. The cat girls in question were happily stuffing themselves with sandwiches. These sandwiches, incidentally, contained tomatoes, cheese, and lettuce. With a over easy fried egg tucked inside all of that. It was a simple meal. Breakfast was pretty much like this. You two are definitely going home today, okay?
ご主人様はショコラたちといるの楽しくないですか？ショコラは楽しいですよ。もうそれは今世紀最大級に。
I would have a lot of fun. If you know what I mean.
昨晩はご主人だって結構お楽しみだったくせに。
Stop with the deliberately misleading words. I sighed at their happy-go-lucky mindset. I took the opportunity to fill their empty glasses with milk. The eating habits of girls were pretty much the same as those of humans, so that was pretty straightforward. Of course, what they liked and disliked depended on each individual cat girl. In the end, I wasn't able to get everything put away yesterday. Today, I found... From the top! Today, I really do have to start getting ready for the bakery's opening too. That's why I don't have time to relax and play with you two. Be good girls and go home. I said that to them with a sandwich in my hand.
ここにショコラがいたら、ご主人様は迷惑ですか？
Absolutely not! She put her sandwich down on her plate, and just like yesterday, she looked at me with upturned eyes. Yeah, it's probably this guy. I answered her clearly.
そうですか。そうですよね。やっぱり。
Her shoulders drooped more than before. The ears which sat atop her head drooped downheartedly too.
ショコラ。
Unable to make fun of anything, Vanilla could only look down with concern. Okay, you know what? Let's that part again. Okay. Unable to make fun of anything, Vanilla could only look on with concern. The pain from last night pecked at my heart again. I tilted the already cooked coffee cup. As my emotions dulled, unimpeded offended in my judgment.
それでも。
Okay, yeah, I'll stop now.
それでも、ショコラは、ご主人様のところに、いたいです。
Her usually always perky ears were drooping. Chocolate was clearly speaking clearly under her own violation.
ショコラがいるなら、私もここにいる。私もここにいたいと思う。
Vanilla's usually blank expression did not change. However, she showed me her strong determination. I don't remember Cocoa or Vanilla ever being disobedient. Disobedient. That thought stayed at the back of my mind. But if I was going to be swayed by that, then I wouldn't have said this. That, understood? Hmm?
ご注文ありがとうございます。ロイヤルウッドです。ご注文いただきましたティーセットの配達にお伺いしました。ではこちら、お店の中に運んじゃいますね。こちらの段ボールで全部ですね。では間違いなければ、受領書にサインをいただいてもよろしいでしょうか。
She smiled brightly and brought out the invoice along with a pen. Okay, let's see. I looked over the sales invoice I received once more. Somehow, this doesn't look like what I ordered.
え、本当ですか？それは品物が違うということでしょうか？
No, the stuff I ordered is in here too, but I looked over the pile of boxes inside the bakery. Inside of my teeny bakery was a mountain of boxes. A mountain! It was as if the inside of the bakery had become completely made of boxes. As you can see, we do not need this much tableware inside the bakery.
すみません。すぐに本社に確認しますので、少々お待ちいただいてもよろしいでしょうか。大変申し訳ございません。こちらのミスで別の注文書と混じってしまっていたようでして、水無月様の方もすぐにご入りようと思いますので、もしよろしければご注文分の食器を受け取っていただければと思うのですが。
Accept this order? Huh? From all this? The mountain of cardboard boxes towered over everything. I was at loss for words. Every box was of equal size. I wouldn't know what was inside each of them without opening them up. On top of that, looking at the sales invoice, I could see that they all contain expensive tea sets and tableware. And if I accepted it all, it would be a lot of work to deal with all the items. There's still things that need doing in advance of my baker's opening, so I don't mind accepting this. But it's going to take a while to deal with all this.
もちろん、私もお手伝いさせていただきますので。
Hold up, guys. Excuse me. Soda. Yep.
私も次の配達に行かないといけないですし。
Look, you don't need to put all this pressure on me. From looks of it, it will take 2 hours or more. But to have it redelivered would take double that for too. Look at them! Look at them!
Gee.
It still works! The piece still works! That's right! I have a lifeline!
にゃにゃ、にゃんですか？
So cute. You know what, guys? I'm gonna do that.
にゃにゃ、にゃんですか？にゃにゃ、にゃんですか？にゃにゃ、にゃんですか？にゃにゃ、にゃんですか？
Okay, that's enough.
猫ちゃんたち、本当に助かりました。ありがとうございます。本当にありがとうございます。では、私はこれで失礼させていただきますね。
I'm exhausted. I glanced at the table where we had finished organizing, lowered myself into a chair and relaxed my shoulders.
ご主人様、
Dang, that
冷
Jigo
たいお茶です。どうぞ。
Thanks, Chocola. Don't mind if I do. I looked down to the cold tea in one gulp. Somehow or another, the light meal tableware had already arrived. Soon, I really had to get the bakery ready for its opening. I did say I needed any help I could find. I really didn't need help this time.
ちー、褒めて褒めて褒めて褒めて。
I could sense the praise me aura coming from Chocola. She had a wide smile on her face. I can say it. I was in a ready stance to receive my approval. Thanks, I couldn't have done it without you two.
ご主人様に褒めてもらっちゃったよ、バニラ。
She's so cute. They're all so cute. God damn it! I swear, just
柱の
make her
陰
good
から見守ってた甲斐があったね。よしよし。ショコラ、ご主人様の役に立てましたね。やっぱりご主人様一人じゃお仕事大変だと思うんです。ね。うんうん。猫の手でも存分に役に立つ。私たちがいなかったら、まだ仕分け続行中だと思う。
I swear, if I have a webcam right now, you guys can see me like dancing to the back room. One second. Okay, I'll stop now. Hey, you two are getting a bit too close. They leaned forward towards me for emphasis. It is true that without you two around, this would have been a real problem. But that's a different issue than the one from before. You'd have to go back home. Besides, it's not like I could ask you two to work for me or anything, okay?
そうですか。やっぱりダメですか。
Her shoulders drooped along with her ears and tails. The enthusiasm she showed earlier had completely disappeared. She sighed deeply and looked disheartened.
お掃除でもしてきます。
Back, plus back. Damn, I wanna go back. Please. God damn it. Too late. She trudged up to the second floor, still dejected. Chocolate isn't an idiot. I knew she was pushing herself to be bright and full of energy. And even so, this wasn't something I was going to easily change my mind about. It was all the more with how much she cared for me.
ご主人、私たちがいたら、そんなに迷惑？悪い子。
She spoke quietly in her usual way. Vanilla tilted her head as she asked that question. But like, really, I gotta say, like, their animation is really good. Like the hair and the tail and like the ear. Yeah, it's okay. You two aren't bad cackles. That's why I can't have you stay here.
悪い子じゃないのに、ダメなの？
It's because you two are good cackles that I can't allow it. Actually, I don't get how that works. She blinked as she took in my words. It was almost as if she was trying to peer inside my heart. She already did. She stared directly at me long and hard. Yeah.
人って難しい。猫にはそういうのはわからない。好きならそばにいたい。少なくとも私はそう思うけど。
Vanilla.
ショコラのところ行ってくる。
With those words, she went upstairs. The sound of her small footsteps slowly disappeared. Before long, I couldn't hear them at all anymore. Humans are hard to understand, huh? Inside the bakery, now devoid of anyone but myself, I repeated those words she had just said to me. Now that I think about it, that's a pretty inconsistent way of thinking, isn't it? Cats didn't understand that. Having heard that said out loud, I began to understand what it really meant. It must be pretty nice to live the simple life in Cat Coma. I pondered as I looked at the name of the bakery affixed to the window. With a bitter smile, I began to clean up the tea sets that had arrived earlier. Dun 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 dun.
Nekopara.
Yeah, Brookmaster's cup. Shh. I read it right before this appeared. Let's just say the cup broke by itself.
あれ
That's hilarious.
今日はあのたこ焼き屋がいない。
Just like yesterday, we took a walk through the park in the evening. However, that food stand was nowhere to be found. It just happened that no one was home on the day I decided to take the two cat girls home. I had also happened to leave the house key behind. So to make good use of time, I went to do some shopping before she could have got home.
ごめんバニラ。なんだっけ、また旅だっけ。だいたいそんな感じ。
That isn't the right word at all. Chocolate, if you're tired, why don't we rest a bit?
はい、少しだけ。でも大丈夫ですから。心配かけてごめんなさい、ご主人様。
Okay, guys. Okay. There's no need for you to apologize. She had a troubled smile on her face as she nodded. It was pretty clear she wasn't in good spirits. That's why there was nothing I could really say to her. Well, there happens to be a bench over there, so why don't we get rested there?
じゃあ私、何か飲み物買ってくる。
Oh, thanks. Something for everyone, okay?
了解。任された。
I handed Vanilla some change and offered the bench to Chocolate. Hold up, guys, I want to show something. Ruined the mood for a second. Damn it! I was trying to press P. The constant sea breeze rustled the trees in the park. All that could be heard throughout the empty park were the quiet sounds of nature. I silently sat down next to this hardened Chocolate. Like the gently setting sun, time passed by slowly.
ショコラ、帰ります。
Her voice was so quiet that I wasn't quite sure if I heard her or not. Even so, she answered clearly. Without saying a word, I responded by gently rubbing Chocolate's head.
たまには、ご主人様に電話してもいいですか？
Yeah.
また、ご主人様のところに遊びに来てもいいですか？
Yeah.
ご主人様は、ショコラたちのことは、ちゃんと毎日思い出してくれますか？ショコラは、離れてても、ご主人様って呼んでてもいいですか？
This guy made me cry. Voice trembled as she frantically wiped away her tears. She stifled her sobbing, and her voice became strained. She looked pained as if she did her best to hold back her emotions, biting her lips. I held back my irresponsible words that were on the brink of coming out with all my strength. Yeah, of course I will.
ご主人様、ごめんなさい、主人様。
I was frustrated at myself for saying nothing. I was empty. I could only offer condolences that could not be put into words. I rubbed Chocolate's head as gently as I could.
やっぱりご主人様は優しいですね。
I don't really think them kind at all.
ご主人様、前も同じこと言ってましたから。
Before? Chocolate closed her eyes and smiled.
覚えてますか？ショコラとバニラをご主人様としぐれちゃんが連れて帰ってくれた時のこと。
Ah, of course I remember that. It was a cold day half a year ago. Chocolate and Vanilla were huddled together, crying by the side of the road. They were still young, so they couldn't even speak yet. It was that day that I embraced their small, cold bodies and took them home with me. There was no way I could simply forget that important day when their family grew. In the beginning, you two really couldn't get used to things at home.
あの時は 知らないお家で知らない人と猫ばっかりで怖くて。
You two wouldn't eat at all, which really worried Shigure.
はい。とっても心配かけちゃいました。
I started to hear a teeny bit of laughter in her voice as we reminisced about the past.
ショコラとバニラが熱を出した時のことも覚えてますか？
Ah, I definitely do remember that. Flashback. It was a few days after he brought Chocolate and Vanilla home. Oh, so cute! So cute! At that point, they only occasionally drink some water. And as always, they don't really touch their food. The combination of malnourishment and cold weather had really begun to weaken their bodies. They both developed high fevers and were in pain.
あの時は夜中で誰にも気づいてもらえなくて、とにかく苦しくて、辛くて、寂しくて、声も出せなくて、手も足も全然動かなくて、助けて、誰か助けてって思いながら、ただただ泣いてたんです。そしたら、
It's alright. I'm with you too. So don't worry.
ご主人様が大きくてあったかい手で、撫でてくれたんですよね。ずっとそばで、大丈夫、大丈夫って言い続けてくれて。
大丈夫、大丈夫。
ショコラとバニラのこと、撫で続けてくれてました。朝になって病院に行くまでずっとそばにいてくれて、不安で心細かったのが全部嘘だったみたいに。あの時も同じこと言ってました。俺は別に優しくなんかないって。でもショコラたちはご主人様が助けてくれなかったらここにいなかったです。あの時、ご主人様がそばにいてくれなかったら、誰も信じられないままでした。ご主人様のおかげで、ご飯も食べれるようになりました。しぐれちゃんとも、みんなとも仲良くなれました。だからあの時から、ショコラのご主人様は、ご主人様になったんです。ショコラはそれからずっと、優しいご主人様のことが大好きなんですよ。
I wished that her tear-filled eyes would not spill over. Those tears were filled with anxiety, sadness, and happiness. She smiled all she could before me.
だから、ショコラはご主人様がいなくなっちゃうって聞いて、いても立ってもいられなくて、どうしても一緒に行きたくて、しぐれちゃんにお願いをしたんです。
She said that with the faintest of smiles, one that seemed as if it would disappear at any moment. Those words were so gentle and warm, but there was also an undeniable sadness and emptiness mixed in with them. Chocolate. I was the one who she was saying all this to. Even so, the only thing I could say back to her was her name.
お金のこととか難しいことは、やっぱり猫にはわからないです。でもやっぱり、ショコラはご主人様のそばにいたいんです。ご主人様が辛くて大変そうなの。本当に、なんとなくですけど。お掃除でもお洗濯でもお料理でも、ショコラがお手伝いできることは何でもしますから。今すぐにはできなくても、絶対にちゃんとできるようになりますから。だから、もう一度だけ、お願いしちゃダメでしょうか。ショコラは、ご主人様と一緒にいたいんです。
Chocolate voiced her feelings clearly once again, and barely kept her tears from overflowing. Chocolate, if you could be with me. I was engulfed by my inner thoughts which were ready for overflow. She yearned for me so earnestly, for her to be so innocently believing me. there should be no reason for me to be against it. That day, chocolate and vanilla became an important part of my family. As long as they were with me, days would be bright and enjoyable. I was simply selfish for just leaving home on that. I didn't want to get my dear family wrapped up in my selfishness, or have them experience any unnecessary hardship because of me. You two are important to me, after all.
私たちは猫だから、自分に素直なだけ。
My inner conflict was disrupted by Vanilla. Vanilla had returned at some point, and she looked straight at me as she sat at Chocolate's side.
私なら、楽しいことならショコラと一緒がいい。たとえ辛いことでも、ショコラと一緒にいたいと思う。だって、一緒にいれないことの方が、寂しくて辛いから。
Vanilla.
本当に好きなら、迷惑かけたって一緒にいたい。それでも一緒にいたいものだと思う。私たちが幸せかどうかなんて、いくらご主人でも、決めつけるのは違うと思うよ。それに、大事な人が大変なら、なおさらそばにいたい。何ができるかはわからないけど、でも、辛い時にそばで励ますことくらいできるよ。
Oh, it's so cute. It was as if her gentle, warm, and soft smile had become the setting sun. Those uncharacteristic words from Vanilla deeply penetrated and seeped into my heart.
だからきっと、しぐれも私たちがご主人のところについていくのを許してくれた。しぐれはご主人と一緒に行くことはできないから、代わりにお願いって。だから、ご主人が本当にショコラのことを思うなら、一緒にいるべきだと思う。
There was not even the faintest bit of hesitation. They were such honest and absolutely straightforward words. Who am I to dictate Chocolate and Vanilla's happiness? Only those words continued to strongly resonate in my mind, which was otherwise empty.
たとえ何不自由のない暮らしでも、ご主人様がいないのは嫌なんです。いくら大変でも、ショコラはご主人様と一緒にいたいんです。だからお願いします。ご主人様のそばにいさせてください。ここが、ショコラがいたい場所なんです。
She was on the verge of tears, but Chocolate's face lit up. They were nothing but absolutely pure, genuine words. Humans really are at loss for words when it comes to cat girls, huh? Saying no to their words was something that I could not bring myself to do.
ご主人様、それって。
It won't be like it was back home. You can't just live here however you like, got it?
はい、大丈夫です。ご主人様がいるだけで、ショコラは幸せですから。やれやれ、ついにご主人陥落。いやよいやよも好きのうち。だね。
The dreary moments seemed to be blown away by her dazzling smile. Despite all this talk about family, perhaps I was the one that didn't really believe me. Hold up, guys. Ooh, it's been around 30 minutes. Yeah, guys, I'm gonna end it right here, actually. I'm gonna end it right here. It's been 30 minutes, and I'm gonna stop it because this is gonna become too long, and I'm gonna leave the rest for the next video. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. I was about to cry, and the chicken is real as usual in this game, and I love it. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and have a nice day. Takamon, signing out.